Okay, chainsaw. Changing the chainsaw chain. Chainsaw toolbox. In both toolboxes are the tools to fix every machine. The chainsaw has this tool for that, and it has the flat screwdriver to tighten it up. So usually you would have a chain on here. I have the new chain, and first thing I'm going to do is take off the bolt. Don't lose the bolt. Take off the guard, and this you can do if you need to clean it out as well. So you just take that off, take any crap out of there, give it a clean, and that's ready to go. Get your chain, take your old chain off, new chain. There's only one way a chain will go on, and that is this bit, the smaller bit facing that way. It should say it. Doesn't say it. So I'm sure it says it somewhere. There you go. Tells you. See that there? Is which way round the chain goes. It's the same on all chains. So the bigger bit goes at the back, because that's the cutting edge that goes forward. Now before we do anything, we have to loosen. So this little bit here, that goes into the hole, and that moves forwards and backwards, which tightens the chain. So if you tighten this up, this moves forward, tightens the chain, moves back, loosens it. You'll never get the chain back on with the same tightness as you took it off, so you have to loosen the chain. So that's where our bolt went on, and this is where we loosen the chain. Turn it to the left, lefty-loosey, and this moves that way, which in turn loosens the chain. Many times as you want. You may have to do it again. Make sure we've got the chain on the right way. Now the chain has to go onto these cogs, not at the top, that will jam. It has to be down on the bottom, or close to the bottom. We then, let me just do that again. So we put the chain onto the bar. It's a bit fiddly this, and you have to make sure that all these chains go into the bar. If the chain has come off while you've been working on it because it was too loose, it may have damaged the bar, in which case you have to go to Manly Pitwater Mowers and buy a new one. So, boy, if your chain has come off and it's still sharp, and you're refitting the chain and it's come off while you were working with it, you may have damaged these bits of the chain and flattened them, and they won't go in which case you have to go and buy another chain or use the spare chain. So that then goes over there, that goes over there, and we want to be able to put that hole over the top of that bit there, which isn't loose enough. So I'm going to another few left turns to move it so it goes in. Now you can see that is down the bottom. The little knob has come through the hole, and we have the chain on. If it's loose, we know that, but we need to hold that there. If there's two of you, maybe get someone to help you hold that there. It needs to be flat, otherwise this is going to come up here, and when the time you're finished, it won't work. So you've got to make sure that that stays down there, and that is in the hole. You can then put the guard back on. Keeping that flat, keep pressure on here, put your bolt back on, and that screw that we screwed you can get access to in there, and tighten little bit. Oh, sorry, so you don't tighten this up too tight. Just keep it loose, and then you can then tighten up your chain. I can see inside here that it's on the ratchet all very well, and I can pull this and go, what? Yep, that's, oh, there you go. See, as soon as I move it, you can see how loose that is. Yep, too loose, that's fine. I go back in and I tighten it. Righty tight. A little arrow there which tells you which way to turn it. Now that is now, it's not bad, it's still too loose. Another couple of turns. I can still pull it away, but it springs back. So that's nice, and that says how tight. If you do it too tight, when you come to start it, it won't move. Now you've got it tight, you can tighten up the bolt. Now I'm just going to test it. Stand back a little bit. To start the chain saw, I'm going to put it onto the choke, which I have to pull the handle down to push that down to the choke. Put it on the ground, make sure the brake is on. Just going to stand on this bit. I'm going to pull it a couple of times. There is no pump on this machine, even though it is two-stroke. It's self-pumping. One. I can hear that took, so I'm now going to take the chain off, the choke off. Take the brake off. Give it a bit of a rev. Turn it off. Put the brake on. Still probably could go a little bit tighter. Because if that gets into, if you're doing lots of like twigs, these twigs can get underneath the blade if it's too loose. So just one more. Loosen it slightly, and this is what you do if your chain becomes loose while you're working with it. Loosen it, sorry, lefty loose. Just very so slightly. Give it another turn. That's better. Tighten it up. Good to go.